Greetings, dear viewers. It is I, Drayhon, and welcome back to... Gosh, I don't know what to call this. Technically, it's an canon analyzed video, but it's also talking about a Dungeons & Dragons character. We're also dealing with the rules as written of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm not sure what to classify this as. I might just classify it as Canon Analyzed. We'll do that. Welcome back to Canon Analyzed, where we take a look at the canon of a franchise, at least a vague part of the canon, and try to explain exactly what is going on with that portion of the canon. Today we are looking at Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. More specifically, the most popular character to come out in this upcoming film. The Druid, played by Sophia Lillis? We'll say Lillis. Sophia Lillis. She plays the Druid Doric. And yes, that is the name that was given to this character, Doric. I want to call her Doris, but it's a C, not an S. It is Doric. I even had to look up the pronunciation, but yeah. She is the most popular character at this point because of a very, very stupid joke. But we'll get to that in a second. Sophia Lillis is the Tiefling Druid in this movie. And it took me about 3 times of watching this trailer before I noticed her tail in this one scene. For the longest time, I thought she was a satyr, but after seeing her tail, I finally clicked that, oh, she is definitely a tiefling. That makes sense. But we're talking about Doric because of one scene in particular within this trailer. And that is the scene where she becomes an owlbear when fighting off some, I believe, guards. This has put people in an uproar, and where this joke originates. I call it a joke, but it's not funny. People are claiming that druids cannot become owlbears. And while Wild Shape most definitely cannot turn a character into an owlbear, a druid still can become an owlbear. Let me explain. The canon we are analyzing today is actually part of the rules, which is why I was having trouble figuring this one out. The spell Shape Change. To quote Shape Change, you assume the form of a different creature for the duration. The new form can be of any creature with a challenge rating equal to your level or lower. You transform into an average example of that creature, one without any class levels or spell casting trait. The creature cannot not be a construct or undead. This is a 9th level spell, which is access to a druid at the 17th level. Now, the key part of this spell comes in here. Challenge rating equal to your level or lower. That means a challenge rating of 17 or lower. The owlbear is a challenge rating of 3. 3. That is lower than 17. This gives Doric access to an owlbear transformation. Now, one thing I want to note real quick, let's bring up that clip again. Doric isn't transforming into an owlbear from her Tiefling form. She is transforming from her wild shape form, her warhorse form. This means that she activated the spell Shape Change while she was in her wild shape form. Druids do not have access to their spell list while they are wild shaped, unless they are of 18th level. This gives them access to the ability known as Beast Spells. To quote, beginning at 18th level, you can cast many of your druid spells in any shape you assume while wild shape. You can perform the somatic and verbal components of a druid spell while in a beast shape, but aren't able to provide material components. Now, there are probably some of you who actually read the Shape Change spell. Shape Change has a material component. This means that they must have the material in order to cast it. Unless, according to the rules, they have a spell casting focus. To quote, a creature can use a component pouch or a spell casting focus in place of the components specified for a spell. But if a cost is indicated for a component, a character must have the specific component before he or she can cast the spell. So, while our druid is in her warhorse form, if she has a spellcasting focus on her person, or rather her beast shape, she still has the ability to use her shape change spell since she meets all of the necessary requirements. Thanks to her beast spells feature, she doesn't need the somatic or verbal component, and she will have access to her spellcasting focus, which means that she has the material component covered. So, that means she can shape change into an owlbear. Now, I do have one small gripe, and that is with the shape change spell, it does say that you can transform into any creature that is of the same level as you or lower, as long as it's not a construct or undead, and it cannot have the spellcasting trait. So, technically speaking, Doric is sort of using the spell poorly. She can use it to transform into just about any creature, so long as it's not construct, undead, or has a spellcasting feature. So, that means that Doric could in fact turn into an aboleth. Or, even better, an adult black dragon. Or technically any adult dragon, really. But even better, if Doric is actually a level 20 character, she can become an ancient white dragon. That's nuts. Now, we don't know exactly what level Doric and the rest of the party are. We're going to assume that they're all 18th level, so an adult black dragon's probably the best she's going to be able to turn into next to the aboleth. But she can also change into an angel, a planetar, the strongest of the angels. She can't quite become a solar because that's technically a CR higher than level 20, so that's unfortunately impossible. But she can still become a planetar. Also, she probably could become an elder elemental, like Ulhydra. But that's technically a non-player character, the NPCs. So a dungeon master might rule against that. So anyway, that's it. That is all on Doric's ability to shape change into an owlbear. There is one more gripe people have, and it's very unjustified. And that is the fact that people think that Doric is not a tiefling, because tieflings cannot have human skin tones. They are red. I hate this joke. It's stupid. It's just as stupid as the shape change one. Player's Handbook. Tiefling. Quote: their skin tones cover the full range of human coloration, but also include various shades of red. Cover the full range of human coloration. Doric has a human skin tone, and she has a tail, and she has horns. She is a tiefling. She can shape change into an owlbear. End of discussion. I hope that you enjoyed this video and weren't too insulted. If you are one of those people who ranted on and on about Doric, you have nothing to rant about. I do apologize if I insulted you. But this is canon. Until we meet again, dear viewers, this has been Drahan, and I am offline.